Yo, this is your man, Young Squatter. Before we start the show, I would like to give a brief thanks to all my viewers and my listeners. I appreciate you. Please keep tuning in with me. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, which you can all find those in the description of each and every episode. Once again, thanks a lot and enjoy the show. Here we go.
Free socks.
Yo, this is your man, Young Squaller, with another Always Everything with Young Squaller podcast. And today we are talking about a very special topic with some very special people. If y'all can introduce yourself for me, please.
Hi, my name is Miss Londa. I'm the CEO and founder of Queen's Talk TV, and I am glad to be here.
And Naya.
My name is Nyaa. I'm an enthusiast in most areas, but right now I'm just focusing on yoga. So meditation, herbs. I'm your girl. Call me, hit me up, DM me. If you just want to, change your perspective, change your mindset, DM me, get in my DMs, and I'll help you out. So yeah, I'm ready to get into it.
Yeah. And Miss Londa, you might want to either get closer to your mic or turn it up some type of way. So today's topic is basically in a broad female hip hop music and how Black women are represented or portrayed by female hip hop music. And I have here a comment that I pulled from Reddit about female hip hop music. And it says, female rap has gained widespread acclaim for its powerful, empowering lyrics, challenging societal norms and addressing issues as gender inequality, identity, and resilience. So what do y'all think about that?
Well, wait, what was that again?
Female rap has gained a widespread acclaim for its powerful, empowering lyrics, challenging societal norms, and addressing issues such as gender inequality, identity, and resilience.
What do they mean gender equality though? Like,
gender inequality. I guess they trying to say since hip hop is like male dominated or supposed to be male dominated, maybe they're speaking in that sense.
I think that's not fair to say. I mean, females can rap too. Who said it was just for males?
Well, there has always, since hip hop started, been a female rapper, even from the first year.
Yeah. Salt and Pepper, Yo-Yo, all of them.
Salt and Pepper. Salt and
MC Light, Queen Latifah, all of them.
So back then they wasn't getting they dues back then.
They weren't?
They was, but they wasn't, because so what year would those rappers was 80s, 90s, 80s and 90s, right?
Yeah.
So I'm born in 93. Okay. So I hear about the male rappers from that time. I hear a lot about the male rappers from that time. A lot of these female rappers, like, it took me a long time to realize that Baby D from Friday was the same as the Lady of Rage.
Really? Now you just taught me something.
See? You see?
You said I rock rough and scruff with my Afro puffs.
Right. That's Baby D. I did not know that until very like not that long ago. And like I know about MC Light, but there was a lot of female rappers back. Like it was a lot more than just MC Light, and Moni Love. Like you hear those names because they still around, but
Shantae.
Oh yeah, Roxanne Shante. She was.
Yeah.
I guess she's credited with being one of the first major hip hop female artists, and she actually helped put Nas on. Yeah, both of them is from Queensbridge.
Okay. Well, I mean, so what are they? They feeling some type of way? Do they feel like?
Well, this comment to me, it's actually it seems like it's complimenting the female rap. It said they're challenging the gender inequality, and they're challenging like so. I'm guessing because a female actually wrote this. I can't remember the name, but I guess she feels like women are, I guess, taking what was owed to them in the beginning. Maybe I guess that's what it seems like. What this comment is saying. How you feel, Naya?
Am I on? Hold on.
I can hear you.
I was going to say, Zoom on my phone is different. But yeah, I definitely agree with the statement that, a lot of, I see that a lot of the newer female artists are pulling from their male counterparts. And it's not a problem when men say it, but when women say it, it seems to be a problem. So, I don't mind it at all. I really don't. Like, pop your shit. I don't care because
So when you say that, are you talking about like the secular type lyrics?
oh yes, most definitely.
So you think it's more accepted from a man?
Yeah. Do you agree as the only other woman here? Do you agree that it's more acceptable for a man to walk women on a chain and like it's crazy.
Only
It's
Snoop
crazy.
Dogg did that. Only Snoop Dogg did that for some type of promotion. Like he was the only rapper that ever did that.
He was able to do that at a carpeted event. Maybe not a red carpet event, but it was a carpeted event where it was heavily photographed, and we can still pull those pictures up. And come on now.
But flip side, those women were willing to get leashed up and walk on all fours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's a lot of men willing to get leashed up and walk on all fours.
By a woman?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Especially a Black woman. So let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Okay. So, how do y'all feel about specific? I'm gonna mention some specific people. So you have Sexy Red, Sukiana, Meg the Stallion, and Ice Spice. All of whom are very over sexualized, and they embrace that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Are they really embracing it, or is it that they just feel like this is how they got to get themselves out there?
Mm-hmm.
That's the question. Because I feel like a majority of the women who create that type of music, it's really not them behind the scenes. This is what they got to do to get their music out there. Otherwise, if they was rapping about history or something, I don't think they would get much. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. Like, if they was rapping about something,
rapping about history.
Yeah, like for instance, take Krishan's music, for instance. Her music is about emotions, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they didn't have the toxicity that they have going on between themselves, I don't think her music would be noticed. I'm just being honest.
Really? So you think she would just be another person trying to make it if she wasn't already with the baddies and all that shit?
Definitely.
So that leads me to my question. How do you feel that those specific women are representing Black women as a whole?
Ooh, controversial take on that one for me. I don't feel like those women are representing Black women as a whole. I feel like those are what the production companies and music companies want to hear. And honestly, when I'm going with my girls to a club, I don't want to hear I don't want to hear Tierra Whack. I love Tierra Whack. I don't want to hear her when I'm trying to turn up and have a good time. I don't want to hear Rhapsody when I'm trying to. I want to hear City Girls. I want to get lit. I want to have a good fucking time. And that's just what it is. So I don't feel like they represent Black women as a whole. I feel like they represent a sector of Black women, because I was taught to always be a professional first, but to have fun immediately after. And so Megan Thee Stallion kind of exemplifies that for me as a female rapper, where she went to school, but she also can pop her shit like no other. And I'm like, yeah, we about to go to club to this. Like we about to go twerk to this. And then, but before we go twerk, I got my homework done, or I finished this test. Like we still got straight A's and B's, you feel me? But we about to twerk down in this club until about 2 or 3 in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. You know what I mean? It's because I hear a lot of people say like, well, what about the young girls? Well, it's what they're taught at home, first of all. Mm-hmm. You got to know how to be, when to be. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to read the room. And if you know how to carry yourself, it doesn't matter what type of music you hear, because you know what you were taught. So I don't see nothing wrong with their music, honestly.
So, question. How do y'all feel about the young ladies, meaning under 18, and like well under 18, maybe under 10, are knowing Pound Town word for word, the unedited version, knowing all of the WAP song word for word?
I think that they mamas should stop twerking and but turning the music up loud when it come on, turn it up when they in the car and all that. That's what I think. Again, it comes from upbringing.
For me, honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. My mom was a teenage mother, and she tried to keep it as straight as narrow as she could. But baby, I still listen to the Yin Yang Twins, and I still listen to Pretty Ricky. So, you know, if
you
it's
were
meant
listening to the edited version or the unedited version? I
listened to the edited version of Pretty Ricky, but my friends were still singing the unedited version, so I was getting both. I was receiving both, but Yin Yang Twins, no, I was getting the unedited version. Like, let me,
the whisper song, huh?
It was crazy. So, you just, I really, and it's unfortunate because the social media and the internet access plays a large role into Gen Z's upbringing right now, where they don't have a lot of parental advisory. My mother was all over my ass, and I still got to listen to the unedited version of a lot of music. Now these kids are not having that censorship, so they get to listen to a lot of the crass lyrics and just obscenity of everything, and they have to navigate that for themselves. So I really feel bad for them. It's not I don't look down on them like they're doing anything wrong. I really feel bad for them because they're exposed to a lot more than I was as a child. And I feel like they're doing a hell of a good job navigating all of that fuckery, because I probably wouldn't have known what to do if I was listening to Lil Baby at 13 or, anybody else. I probably would have been a teenage mother or whatever. So it's hard to say. It's really hard to say.
It is kind of tricky because, like, even if you kind of like teach your kids, okay, if you're going to be on YouTube, you're only allowed to watch this. But what do you do? So one day I'm sitting here, my little cousin's on YouTube, right? And I hear this cartoon sounding voice cussing like hell. It's Elmo. I'm like, what are you on YouTube cussing? Like, come on, like he just clicked on thinking what he was finna watch was Elmo, and Elmo on here cussing.
Yeah, then that's because
Elsa on twerking. I mean, come on.
Yes. Because they have a kids YouTube, but that's weirdos getting upload to kid. It be some weird shit on kids YouTube, bro. I've seen it for myself, like, because my brother got a daughter and he be on it. Like he don't let her listen to shit for real. And when she go on the kids YouTube, he gotta still make sure the video is appropriate, because like
Mm-hmm.
Everything is automated. Ain't nobody really monitoring what you uploading to YouTube. Whether you could, because it's a button. You check it. I upload my shit to YouTube. It's a button. You check. Let's say, is this for kids? Yes or no? If you put yes, it's gonna go into kids' YouTube, no matter what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
But check this out though. So I get the parental, like, a censorship or whatever you want to call it, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Because y'all brought up some good points though. Because growing up, if I stayed up late enough,
Talk about it. Talk about it.
if I stayed up late enough, I could catch some wild shit on the TV.
Woo, don't get me started, boy. I almost killed my goddamn son in my
Okay, Uncle Luke was busting.
My goddamn cable bill thinking I was gonna drop $40. They talking about 100 and so hold on, why is my bill so high? Becky Cartoon Carnival. Who the fuck is hold on? Okay, y'all finna get the pause put on y'all for real. They ordering stuff, so that's when I realized I need to put a code on ordering stuff on cable and all of that. Kids do things on their own. You know what I'm saying? They do things on their own.
Yeah, we also had we had Lil Kim, Trina, Shauna, like some wild that like they was all Foxy Brown. They was all
Foxy
singing,
Brown.
Yeah, they was all singing.
Eve.
Well, Eve was.
I love me some Eve.
Eve wasn't really singing like that.
She was rough riding, but you know, even being more
she wasn't as vulgar
presenting,
as Trina was though.
Right, but even being more masculine presenting as a woman was frowned upon during her time, where she's just on the track popping her shit, and I'm like, yo, I want to be like her.
Yeah,
like,
I love is blind.
Yeah, that's my shit actually. That's
yes.
That's a great song. I fuck with Eve. I fuck with. Like I said, I fuck with all of them. I'm still. We still can't. So to the people who think that today's hip hop is corrupting the youth, there was Trina and all of them back then corrupting us. So it's all about self-control and how you look. Like, when do y'all think a person develops their personality? Like, how are they going to be as an adult? Like, when is that official?
I say anywhere between maybe 9, 10, or 11. I would say.
And at that point, you really can't tell. Like, if that's who they are. Like, it is what it is. You can teach them shit.
You can develop your personality as early as 7. Really? Honestly, 7 years old. Honest to God, psychology background, 7 years old.
So up until that point, whatever they're exposed to, it's kind of like concrete.
Don't you think a lot of people in their late 20s, early 30s are still trying to reconcile with their childhood traumas? It's because who you were at that age from maybe birth until 7 years old is solidified.
And if they never get any help, it's kind of like they're stuck. Like what took place from 7 until, you know what I'm saying, adult.
Yep.
So, do y'all feel like the female hip hop is actually having an effect on teenagers and shit? Like, so if we want to say that the personality develops at a young age, younger than high school age, and when you see people like Sexy Red, Ice Spice performing at the high school, performing their normal songs, like, is that really affecting the youth? Should they know right from wrong at that point?
I would say yes and no. Just because, like I said, if you know better, you do better. So if you not being taught certain things, I would say that it would heighten, you know what I mean? Their thinking is what I'll say.
So it was like, so if somebody like Sierra Whack performing at a high school, versus somebody like Ice Spice performing at the high school or Sexy Red performing at the high school. It would give what? It would give a different shit, right? A different influence, a different, because all of them are role models.
If that's what they're allowed to listen to and do at home, and if that's what they see at home, then yeah, if it's coming to a high school, that's normal to them. You only know what you know.
But check it. At my high school, they had Bow Wow and Omarion.
Right. And what was they rapping about?
Puppy love.
They was rapping about love.
Puppy love. Because that's my favorite song. Puppy love.
So I mean, you only know what you know. See, a lot of people blame and look at kids and judge them. But I mean, can you really judge them? Because like I said, you only know what you know. So whatever you see growing up or whatever you're taught in your household, that's the norm to you. Might not be the norm to somebody else who was raised totally different. So can we really judge them or blame them? You feel me?
You know what I think a lot of societal norm is to judge younger people about their behavioral choices and who they choose to listen to. When we didn't really have that growing up. I know I'm probably on the younger side. I'm not that young, but I'm, approaching 30. And it was normal for my older cousins, siblings, aunties, uncles to judge me on my music choices and stuff like that. And I noticed that I have younger nephews and nieces, and I'm like, you listen to that? Like, that's not real music. Let me hip you to some real. Right. And I think that that's societal norms to kind of judge, like, yo, you don't know real music, or they was really talking about something, Mac, and we wasn't talking about shit for real. We wasn't for real. Like, it was just a sign of the times. And now it's people doing drugs or getting money, and that's what they into now. And so I just take a seat back and let them teach me, because hey, maybe you can teach me how to get some money. maybe you can teach me about these drugs. I don't know nothing about that.
That's funny.
And so I just mind my business and try to learn from the newer generation, because they're not all wrong. They're not all led astray. I remember being an adolescent and feeling like I don't want to listen to mainstream music. I want to listen to something that, everybody's not listening to, something that, sparks some different ideas in my mind. And so I know that the younger generation is doing that too. And so I have nephews and nieces that put me on the things, and I'm like, wow, they're really good artists, or they rap about different stuff, but they're not mainstream artists. Right. So, I think we have to, I don't think it's a societal thing where we have to look at our society and feel like, oh, well, this is the only thing that's being put on. I think that they know what makes money. I think they know what increases revenue. And so they're going to put, girls twerking or scheming and, men doing drugs because, the chemical imbalances in the brain and all that stuff. Like it, okay. It's making them some more coins.
Do either one of you watch Love and Hip Hop?
Oh, no, I ain't watched that shit.
I watch it. Come on, let's talk.
Did you see when Suki said she wanted to change? Did you see that? Mm-hmm. Did you see how the conversation went between her and Bobby Lights?
I did.
That's my point. Like,
who you think you are?
Wanted to change. She wanted to present herself as a classy woman. He's outright telling her.
Who said that? Who said it was Sukihana?
You already on board.
Stop it. Y'all lying.
You trying to say, okay, Sukihana, well, I'm here if you want to change. You want to be looking at her like, but no, you're ratchet. And that's how he treated her. No, you're ratchet. That's not cool.
I like that, because y'all, I got the next statement, and that is kind of like related to it. So it says the over-sexualization of female rap artists is a divisive topic. While some argue that it empowers women to express their sexuality freely, others criticize it for reinforcing gender stereotypes and objectification, raising concerns about the impact on perception of women in the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's twofold. It's a catch-22. I mean, in a patriarchal society, it's frowned upon to uplift women is to hold women in a high regard, especially sexually. I feel like, you know, anything sexually that has to do with a woman is like, you know, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be a woman. You should be more docile. You should take the backs, you know, take the back and be led by someone else, be led by a masculine figure. And it does a little bit of both, but I think that you can't be the object of entertainment without the person that is perceiving you changing what you are intending to, you know, project onto your audience. Because I can come out and have this objective perception of things, and I want to empower women, but if somebody is viewing me in a certain way, then it is going to change my projection because of who is viewing me. And if it's men viewing me because of how my body looks or how I'm dressed, then it's going to change. It's going to turn into, oh, she just wants to be seen, or she just wants attention, when it's like, I'm not even out here for you niggas. Like, if I'm being real, I'm not even out here for y'all.
You
I'm here
hear
for the bitches.
we hear how niggas talk about female rappers. We pretty much know how men feel about a lot of female rappers. And the same niggas will say in the same sentence that these bitches look good and they want to, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I don't know about, so it's all, so can you so flip side. Sukihana says she wants to change, right? Which is very possible for her to change and do whatever she wants to do. You know what I'm saying? But will the public ever take her change seriously? Men and women.
No.
Nobody will ever take. Everybody's always gonna look at her as who Sukihana came out as.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, when she said that to him, he automatically made her feel like, no, this is you. It's him being a friend. He should have said, well, if this is something you really want to do, then I think you should go for it. But instead, you just wrote a song about eating ass and this and that. Nigga, that's not what she's talking about right now.
You're right. Right. So, and honestly, to tag on to that, a lot of people only resonate with the unhealed version of you. So if I'm rapping about eating ass, it's a certain demographic that's going to resonate with what the fuck I'm saying. But when I switch it up and I want to talk about something different because I have the bandwidth to do so, I have bars and I can attest to a lot of different things. If you small minded, you're not gonna get it. You know, that's just the way of things. Like we're put here to grow and to achieve, you know, things beyond our belief. And so if Suki says she want to do something different, I'm a believer. Now, 10 years down the line, she ain't did shit different. I'm gonna believe the work that she's put out. Okay. But if she come to me and say, hey, I want to do something different, I'm be like, all right, cool, I'm with you.
So you know what's crazy about that? It just popped in my brain. How many male rappers became preachers and pastors and shit after saying the wildest shit they ever said in their life.
Whole ambassadors of countries.
And I believe French Montana is actually some type of royalty in Morocco. Yeah. So it's like they could do it. I guess there is double standards to certain shit.
Yeah.
Why can't Suki change, right?
Because I can't think of the word, but you know what I'm trying to say. They're not gonna let her.
Yeah, the industry.
Put her in a box.
They're gonna let her.
It's not gonna let her. You know what I'm saying? If she decides to want to put on a long dress with flowers on it tomorrow and sing some type of positive song, everybody gonna tune out.
So you think that will contribute to her success? So she has to stay dumb to be successful, or stay in a certain image to be successful?
That's a question, but that is how it. I mean, that's how they make it look. So it's just up to you on what are you gonna accept? Who are you? What do you want to be?
Because a lot of singers could do that seamlessly. Like, you know, there's a lot of female R&B singers who started singing gospel and they don't really deal with the the sexual lyrics anymore. Nobody criticizes them.
R&B. It's a different platform for R&B and hip hop.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
I did also say you got Mace.
Franklin did his little rap and his gospel. He did on a Harlem Shake, so that brought him attention. If he wasn't doing a Harlem Shake, do you really think like people would have just really been paying attention outside of the church?
No, check it out though. You got Mace, who went from bad boy doing not so gospel music to becoming a pastor. Then now he had a relapse, and now he still says he's not a pastor, but he identifies as a man of God. So, and the hip hop community definitely accepts Mace, and he is recognized as a legend in the hip hop community by some. So, like, let's say Nicki Minaj was to switch, I believe she would be accepted, no matter what she does.
Think so?
I think so.
Mm.
I can't say 100%, but I do. I feel like I would accept her more than I would accept Sukihana.
See, but why is there a difference? You know, my thing is Black women, Black people in general are not a fucking monolith. So why is there a difference in who we accept? Is it because Nicki Minaj is more palatable as a Black person? Is she more racially ambiguous? Are we not willing to accept Sukihana because she comes from where she comes from, and she's, you know,
I can speak.
she's confident in who the fuck she is? Like, are we less willing to accept her because she's more outward with her sexuality? Like, what is it? Because I don't feel like any of it is fair.
I can tell you, for me personally, I didn't say I wouldn't accept Sukihana. It would take me a while to take her seriously, though. I would really have to see her committing to that. Like, if Nicki Minaj was like, I'm about to just do gospel, I would believe it.
Boo!
If Sukihana tells me, yeah, I'm not eating like the nigga, I'm not gay no more. Like Sukihana, like, do y'all believe, like, do you really believe that? I don't believe that nigga. he said that, but I don't know. Like, you will have to really you have to see the work. You have to see the progress. Not saying that she can't change. Not saying that I wouldn't take her seriously if I see she is actually changing. Like if you can't deny facts. She's saying one thing and doing.
Like, when it comes to Sukihana and Nicki Minaj, do you feel like Sukihana raps more about sexuality than Nicki Minaj?
Hell yeah.
I don't actually.
The difference go. What is the difference in rapping about sexuality and drugs?
So the difference, see, you know, I actually am going to do a podcast on that exact topic. But so check this out. Nicki Minaj is, I feel like she actually. Oh, let me start with Sukihana. I feel like Sukihana didn't really want to be a rapper. I feel like that happened to her. I don't feel like she tried to be a rapper. I feel like I feel like Nicki Minaj actually put the work in to become who she is, right? And she knew she wanted to do that, right? So I feel like Sukihana, Sexy Red, Ice Spice was somewhere, and some nigga thought that they sounded some type of way and looked good, and was like, "Yeah, come to the studio," and then they song just happened to blow up. And honestly, my first time hearing about Sukihana had nothing to do with rap music. My first time hearing the name Sukihana was something to do with Young Chop, and there was oral sex involved.
Okay.
She was more like, nah, but that's how she came out. Nicki Minaj came out lyrical, freestyling, cypher. Like, it's a very big difference between the two.
Okay, so it came out her and Lil whoever you said with oral sex. Okay, so she turned it and made money.
Yeah, she wasn't never trying to be a rapper. So,
but she made the best of it.
I ain't saying she didn't. What I'm saying is why I wouldn't take her transformation seriously in the beginning. Is because
she came out seriously because somebody decided to kiss and tell.
No, she did that. She put that out.
She put it out.
That was her shit. She was on her Kim K. That she did that. Young Chop ain't trying to do that. Young Chop actually was upset that she put that out.
That was her way of getting her foot in the door.
Hey, I mean, she did what she did. She made it happen. She taking care of her kids. It's positivity came from it. What I'm saying is, how she came out is first impression. That's who I look at her as.
I think you have to look at the times and stuff too, because like when Nicki Minaj came out, it was more like you really had to put the work in. Now you can just do something, go viral, and you out there. I mean, times have changed.
Yep. And to piggyback off of that, definitely times have changed. Like, we got to see Nicki Minaj when she was with OJ the Juice Man and Gucci Man. Like doing ciphers in the stew. Like, you know, she was putting in the work. And even Nicki talks about the pressures of getting plastic surgery and then later on regretting it, where now these younger artists don't think twice about it, and they know that, or they feel like that's what they have to do in order to be accepted, or they have to show their bodies. They have to show that, because honestly, it's all currency. It's all currency. You can, as a woman, I feel like you have two avenues. You can use what you got to get what you want, in the words of Tricks and Ronnie, or you can put in the fucking man hours and prove that you can hold your own like Nicki did, but honestly still never feeling fulfilled enough to take it to the next level or to do something different, because they're always boxing you in. Like, it's really, it's unfortunate, because it's really always a catch-22. It always comes back to your body of work. What does your body look like? What are you giving to your art? And how do you look? How are you showing up? It's a lot physical. It's a lot of physical work when it comes to women that men don't have to put in.
Right. Yeah, men don't have to put in that type of work.
You could show up in some Nike sweats and have the hottest album of the year. Girls can't do that. We can't pull up with our curls.
Nicki Minaj could do that
with the natural look.
No, she can't. No, she can't.
Nicki Minaj could do that.
Look, I seen that video. What was
Cardi B could do that.
No, she can't. You never seen Cardi do that.
Cardi do that all the time.
No.
Instagram.
Don't believe the hype.
She be no makeup, no filter the whole time.
Not on the videos,
though. A few times, but not in her videos.
Not in the videos. Not in the award shows.
Doja Cat. She's no makeup, no filter.
No, she definitely had on makeup at her last concert. She had on makeup.
She had out.
What?
She was out and doing a show.
She had on makeup. She had choreography. She had visuals. A lot more. If you talk to anybody about what are they called? CMG? What are they? Moneybag Yo?
Glorilla.
They can't perform worth a goddamn.
They bounce around the stage. They do the hype.
They can't do shit.
Glorilla with Glorilla. How y'all feel about Glow? Because that's her label. That's her team.
I love Big Glow, but she can't perform.
She can't perform.
She needs some help. You know, everybody needs a little bit of coaching. Everybody needs something. You need a different perspective to bring something different, something more innovative and dynamic to your performances, so you can bring in the audience. And she don't have that. That's okay. She from Memphis. She don't have that.
I don't feel like Glorilla is over sexualized.
I don't think she's over sexualized, but some men look at her as biased.
I mean, she's beautiful, but I don't feel like she's over sexualized. I'm just saying, like, comparing to who? Coi Leray is sexualized way more than goddamn Glorilla. Lotto. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Miss Glorilla, love her music, but her music is very sexual. And she sexualizes herself. She's a very petite woman who advertises herself as being thick. Okay, let's talk about it.
She be
She
playing
talks about
around.
being thick.
She be playing
Okay.
around. She be fucking with y'all.
I don't mind it. I don't mind. I love the thick. I love the thick girls. I don't mind it. I love it. If you say your ass is fat, girl, I agree.
Hey.
So I got a question for you, though, Squall. All right, so say you was a producer, right?
If I was a producer.
Yeah. So say you had a woman who came in, she rapped cold. She got the fupa, ass like a pancake. Do you think she's valuable?
Dude, I think she would be valuable.
Yeah.
Can she rap for real?
Yeah, I just said she could rap cold as hell.
What is she rapping about?
I don't know. I'm just telling you. She raps cold.
She can't rap the same shit Lotto was saying.
She got the fupa. She got a flat ass. Titties ain't that big.
So Lizzo is not the popular shape and size, and she's doing it.
And she gets criticized a lot.
But she's doing it.
But she's talking about you as a producer, though.
But I'm talking about you.
Y'all want my?
Do you feel you wouldn't? Do you feel she's worth marketing?
Hell yeah.
Do I feel she's worth marketing? So okay, but if it was me, I'm in the chair. She sound good. She sound amazing. She's spitting that fire. But her wardrobe and her, I guess, how her style needs work, huh? So basically, maybe I would take a chance. Let's say I take a chance on her, right? So I'm helping her get her single out there. And let's say she sees the other women and what they're doing.
No.
Now she wants to do that shit too. And now I gotta tell her, like, nah, you can't do that.
You're dancing around the question. I want to know would you say, hey, okay, she rap cold. Let's do this photo shoot for this album cover. She ain't gonna wear no girdle. She gonna put this whatever
photo shoot. Hold on, man. How we get to the photo shoot? We can't do no photo shoot.
She gotta do a photo shoot for an album cover. That's her look.
Oh, we got Photoshop.
Do you feel like
debut album? That's her look.
Exactly.
What is her? Tell me her look. Give me a specific look.
You the producer, so we asking you.
She got a flat ass.
No, how does she dress? How does she dress with that? Because I'm pretty sure Young and May got a fupa and a flat ass, and she did it.
Maybe she got on one of them the whole one little thing.
So is she tomboyish? Is she girly girl? What is she? Is she trying to be sexual?
She girly girl.
Is she so she rapping about purses and makeup?
Yeah, let's just say that.
But is she rapping about sex though?
No.
Okay, I can fuck with her.
Okay, so but you wouldn't feel like she need to go tighten up her stomach.
I would feel like because I have done music, so how I would want to be treated as an artist, I would want to have my input. So I would probably ask her what she wants her image to be. And at that point, I would help her achieve a perfect expression of that. Whatever she says she wants her image to be, whether that's how she looks right then, or whether that's how she wants to look in the future. You feel me?
That was a good answer.
That's how I would go about it.
That's a politically correct answer.
But at the same, come on, man. Come on, at the same
I'm just saying.
At the same sense, what I think she should rap about certain things, no. Because
her style?
No, because those things wouldn't be marketable for her. Not saying that she couldn't do it or that she couldn't pull it off, but would it be widely accepted? Would it maximize her income? So
you feel like if a person got a foop when they rap about giving good head, it's not marketable? I mean, who said because you got a foop you can't give good head?
She could say that, but I'm saying her focus shouldn't be that. That should be how she should market her music, with that, not with that.
So now I have a question, because who do you feel like should market that type of music? Like what body style, what body type should market that music? Because
how do we get here?
I want to know. I want to know. I'm sorry, you the odd man out. I want to know.
Oh shit! So I mean, like, I need to call somebody. I don't know.
He said, phone a friend.
So look, how would I like? Say your question again.
How do you what body type, personality type would you feel like could market that type of content? If not a woman with a fupa or whatever the fuck she got.
So check this out. I mentioned Lizzo before. She is an unpopular body type. A lot of women don't strive to be Lizzo as far as her body type. So she is successfully doing that already. It all depends on how you carry yourself. If this person brings the energy of that, then that's what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying?
No.
What you mean no? Like, if
no.
So I'm gonna use this. If let's say it was a guy. Let's say this is a guy rapper, and he wants to be sexualized as equivalent to Usher or something, and he doesn't have the popular body type. I would tell the same thing, nigga. Like, how the fuck are you gonna do that? You can't do that.
Your spirit down right there.
Like, you can't do that. Like, you could achieve that maybe later on. You got to work towards that. You can't just do that. You can't come out here and think, no, it's not. That's not it. Because you have to think about the audience. You have to think about the money part of it. It ain't all about. I mean, it's about what you want to do. But if you want to make money while you're doing what you want to do, there's certain things you got to accept. Like, just imagine if goddamn, who can I say? I'm gonna use Sukian. Just no. I'm not.
Suki is listening to this. Like, now what I do?
I'm not going. I'm not going to use Sukiana. I'm not going to use Sukiana. I'm going to use Young M.A. Okay. Let's just say Young M.A. just out of nowhere, because she feels like this is what she want to do. Just start rapping about getting dick and getting her, like, all the same shit you hear Megan and Cardi say. Y'all will be looking at her like, what the fuck, where this come from?
No, I would not.
I would.
I wouldn't, but
I would be like, what the hell? Like, how did that happen?
You're talking about transformation. We're talking, you just said this dude is big and this, that, and yada, yada, yada. And you basically would tell him, like, what the fuck?
What do y'all want me to say here? So this, yo.
Like, this is how the industry plays a part in why these girls come out the way they do.
They can't. That's why a lot of people are unsuccessful. Certain people can't do certain shit.
Can't ain't a word. That's what I was
like. Rick Ross can't start trying to pose for Sports Illustrated. Like, he just it's not going to happen.
Because Londa spitting, she said can't ain't no man's vocabulary. So what are we talking about?
I mean, it can't happen right at that second, and you have to work towards certain stuff. You have to. It's certain shit that just not right. It's just not.
So what you telling me?
Why y'all trying to make me sound shallow? Like, yo.
Who made these rules? That's what I'm saying. Who made these rules? It's not
the consumer. The consumer.
It's not for somebody to tell somebody, hey, yeah, you sound good, your music's good, but you are just overweight. No. Do you hear how fucked up that sounds?
Okay.
We cannot market you. You are at least 200.
You know how many people they tell that to, probably?
Walla. Think of Missy Elliott. There are so many men in our generation that are like, yo, I didn't know Missy Elliott was as freaked out as she was.
I did. I listened to the words.
But everybody's not listening to the words. Everybody's not listening to the content. Men are visual creatures. And so they're looking for what they can relate to. They're
Missy
looking
Elliott,
for what they can be turned on by. And
Missy
they couldn't be
Elliott
turned
was
on by Missy Elliott, but they didn't know that Missy Elliott was a producer and she had fucking bars. So when they're listening to Missy Elliott, hindsight being 2020, they're like, damn, she was on some freaky shit. But y'all didn't want her. Cause she was sucking on them lollipops and she was like a good 220. Y'all didn't want her.
Listen, Missy Elliott is very extremely successful, recognized as a legend among men.
Well, what's the last album Missy Elliott put out?
She just produced the shit.
No, her own produced album. What was the last album she put out?
It was a while ago, but I'm saying
it was in the 90s. It was in the early two.
She
it was in the
active
early
in
2000s.
2023. She's active because she's producing these female rappers now.
Her own content. The last time she produced the album was in the early 2000s, and nobody was checking for Missy Elliott because she was wearing Adidas tracksuits and she was not.
It wasn't trying
attractive.
to.
She was not sexually attractive. Hold on, she was not sexually attractive to the male gaze, and so men wrote her off until they listened to her 10 years, 12 years, 20 years later, and was like, "Oh shit, she was talking about all the shit that I fucking wanted, but couldn't see past the visual to get to." So it is shallow in a sense. It is very shallow.
Why do you think men wrote Missy Elliott off? Because I don't believe Missy Elliott was ever wrote off, ever.
I do think she was wrote off. I think content-wise,
she has some hits.
Her last album was in 05.
05, early 2000s.
What are the singles from that album? Can you pull that up?
She was giving Seductress. She was giving.
Can you pull the singles from that album, please?
Huh?
I need somebody to pull the singles from that album. I need to know what exact album that was, because Missy Elliott has hits. Like she's a platinum artist. Like you can't say she was written off. She is a platinum selling artist.
I say written off visually. Visually, yes, she was written off. Her discography can never be dismissed.
Let's like Lauryn Hill. Ever. Lauryn Hill is not sexualized at all, and she's a platinum selling artist.
She had one album. Stop it.
Platinum.
Sometimes certain people will slip through just because of their demeanor and maybe their, you know what I'm saying? It's something about them.
Was MC Lyte sexualized?
But
was Queen Latifah sexualized?
Listen, let's
about them. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
exactly.
Yes, it's usually something distinctive about them. Mm-hmm. But if there wasn't that distinctive thing, whatever it is, they probably wouldn't.
Is that not the same for males? It has to be
no.
It has to be something.
Where you living?
You have to be something special, right?
Where do you live?
Why do y'all think that a man has to have some type of something in order to be considered?
No, he does not.
All men have to do is be able to spit good. Again, I have seen some ugly ass rappers. Look at ugly ass Flavor Flav with the big stupid clock.
That was his. You see, he has a gimmick. He was wearing them wild ass suits with that big ass clock and a Viking helmet.
Let's say Boosie. Boosie not doing it all.
And I know some women who drew and passed out if they ever saw Boosie.
Because he got money. That's why. If he didn't have money, they'll treat him like he was Dust Bucket.
So you said look up the singles, right?
Yes.
Missy dropped Hot Boys on the cusp of 1999. Get Your Freak On. 1 Minute Man, which is one of my favorite fucking songs. Work It. Past That Dutch. Like, all of these songs were looked over. And I say looked over in the sense that, no, when I say looked over, I mean lyrically, you cannot look those songs over. But visually, yes, she was looked over, and she even spoke adamantly about losing weight. She even talked about not doing the lollipop shit, which was her gig for a little minute. Like, she was like, nah, I'm not eating those sweets for a while. And then she fell off the fucking map. And visually, because men could not resonate with her, y'all wasn't listening to them lyrics. Timbaland was dropping tracks as hard, if not, Missy was dropping tracks, if not as hard as Timbaland. Equally,
all working together. Her, Tim, Pharrell, that Virginia
exactly. But visually as a woman, she was overlooked because she wasn't twerking, she wasn't doing no pole shit. She even produced for Tweet, and Tweet's song did more numbers than a lot of Missy songs because of the sex appeal that Tweet had as a brown-skinned woman.
So
Missy Elliott did not have that. She was not gaining that same traction visually. So she had to work a lot of her producer credits through a lot of more attractive women in the industry, like Aaliyah.
is
like
that how
Tweet.
you view it?
Yes.
She
did
is
lot
a
of
platinum
collabs with
producer and
Beyonce.
a platinum art. She's a platinum artist on her own and a platinum producer.
In those areas.
So do y'all, you feel like she had to use other women as an outlet?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Because what was that one song? Damn, it was on Super Freak
She
or
just
something
did
like
the
that.
song with J. Cole. Well,
I'm not talking about recently. I'm talking about early 2000s. I'm talking about a time where Missy Elliott was wearing trash bags. She was wearing the shit people work out in, and she was not getting the fucking traction that she deserved, that her music fucking deserved. Yeah. She had a little white girl dancing for her. She wasn't getting the shit that she fucking deserved as an artist. Her content she was spitting fucking bars, and she was not getting the transparency, the resonance that she fucking deserved as an artist because of how she looked, and she talked about it adamantly, like, oh, I'm gonna lose weight because I'm not being perceived how I want to be perceived. Her Super Freak album, you cannot dismiss her ever. Lyrically, producing, none of that.
I agree.
But when she dropped Rain, nobody was checking for her when she was motherfucking hitting that shit. Nobody was checking for her ass.
That song is actually one of her number one songs.
Nobody was checking for it though, visually. Nobody was going to their mans and saying, oh, I gotta fuck with Missy. Missy, my type of girl. Nobody was doing that, bro.
They was like, that Missy go hard though. You heard that new Missy? That shit tight.
But visually, when you think about patriarchy and the male gaze, men are visual creatures. When you see a, beautiful, because let's not negate the fact that Missy Elliott is fucking beautiful no matter how much she weighs, no matter how many fucking lollipops she sucks on, she's fucking beautiful. But because of the male gaze, we're not looking at the dark-skinned woman in the black fucking tracksuit doing the goddamn none of that shit. We're not checking for her. We're not checking. We're checking for the EVE. We're not checking for her. She's heavy set. And even back in the 90s, early 2000s, baby, pushing 160, 170 was heavy set. When you look at the fucking video vixens, them bitches was 120, 140.
Yeah. They was damn near anorexic.
Okay.
Taking some shit.
They was not checking for them. They was not checking for Missy Elliott. And yes, she had fire beats. You cannot dismiss her artistry in general. But visually, it's easy to dismiss her. It based off the male gaze, it is very easy to dismiss her because she does not look like the archetypal Black woman that you want to fuck or you want to marry or whatever the fuck y'all hold to a higher regard. I'm sorry.
I want to ask this too about Nicki Minaj. Why do y'all think they play in her face? Because she's been nominated, but she has never won a Grammy.
Call on me.
I want to know that. And she has been much deserved. She should have been had a Grammy by now.
Call on me.
Playing in her face.
Go for it now.
They playing her fucking face because she let them. They playing her face because she don't take no shit off of people. Because if you demand your fucking respect, if you demand your respect as an artist, as a woman, then you're automatically seen as a bitch. So we don't want to uplift a bitch. We don't want to put a bitch on a pedestal. We don't want to put an independent woman on a pedestal. And so it never made me feel no type of way when Nicki said, yo, I'm not showing up to the award ceremonies. I'm not showing up to that. When Beyonce said she wasn't showing up, I didn't feel no fucking type of way, because why would you want to uplift an empowered Black woman who's all empowered by her own? Why would you want to do that? Because you're now selling the fantasy that women don't need, Black women especially, don't need anybody except themselves and their own self-acceptance and their own self-love to be that bitch. And Nicki never needed that. And I talk with Squala outside of this podcast about how Nicki kind of lowers herself to be on the same level as the female rappers that are coming up now, when honestly, she's the godmother. She's the Whitney Houston to the Brandy. Bitch, you're making it all happen for them, and you're trying to rap like them, and they're trying to rap like you. So uplift your pen and let them rise up to meet you instead of you coming down to meet them. I love Nicki Minaj.
Her album just did 30 million first day.
And I ain't even listened to it.
And
30 million?
The day not over yet.
Okay.
Right, I haven't heard it either. I seen it. It's called Pink something.
Pink Friday.
Pink Friday 2 or 3 or something like that. Two. I ain't listened to it, but I know it's fire. When she put out that whack ass album with all the old albums, I was like, bitch, don't waste my time, because I already heard them tracks.
She did a greatest hits album?
Yeah, I already heard them tracks. You supposed to do a greatest hits when you like 60. Don't play with me, bitch. I need some new tracks. Shit.
Shit. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, let me read the last statement. I don't even know how I feel about the last statement for it. So it says, some critics argue that female rap is sometimes unfairly scrutinized and pigeonholed with certain stereotypes and expectations, limiting the diversity of styles and themes explored by female artists.
Yeah, that's true.
Can you read that again? Because my ADHD was kicking in. What happened?
Some critics argue that female rap is sometimes unfairly scrutinized and pigeonholed with certain stereotypes and expectations, limiting the diversity of styles and themes explored by female artists. I guess we were just touching on that for real.
Yeah.
So, like, what style can't a female do, though? Because I've heard them do them all.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this. I feel like female rappers, especially since they are at the forefront of hip-hop right now, can do whatever they feel like doing. The fact that they are looking for acceptance or feel like they need acceptance, or maybe certain, I don't know. Certain shit is like getting them to go a certain type of way with their shit. At this point, I feel like they can do whatever they want to do. Like whatever they want to do. That's how I feel about it. No rebuttals.
I don't have a rebuttal. I just wholeheartedly agree with, don't let anybody box you in or pigeonhole you. We always, whether I hate the gender wars and how, Black men and Black women are pit against one another. We've always been the tastemakers for what's hot. So if you want to talk about some new shit or you feel like somebody ain't talking about what you want to talk about, put your shit out. Somebody gonna fuck with it.
Yeah, you won't know until you try.
Exactly.
But you can't let what's basically everybody feel is the trending hold you back.
So as far as representation, do y'all feel like female hip-hop is accurately like I guess y'all said earlier that it's representing a part of Black womanhood, but a lot of young women are saying that, and like, I guess, I don't know for sure because I don't have kids, but from what I hear, like, they really idolizing these people. So if they want to be like these people that they see or be like the character that this person is portraying, I feel like the representation is very important. So I just that I don't like I said, I don't have children, so I can't really get it. I don't know, but that's what I've heard from the people that have children. At least my guys that have daughters, they say that shit.
Again, to me, it just goes back to what that child has already been taught. This is how I feel. So if you're taught to love yourself, if you're taught to carry yourself in a certain way, if you're taught you're beautiful, you're not going to have the mentality to feel like this is how you got to go out and be to make it. So I feel like even though you have those type of rappers, those ones that cling to them, that this is something that they've already witnessed. That's how I feel. So it's the norm to them. That's just how I feel. It's the norm to them.
Yeah. And to piggyback, my view is a little controversial to Londa's view. Because I was raised in a household where you're beautiful, you don't need a man, whatever. But when you go out here and you see how some women are finessing the system, and you see how they are benefiting off of finessing the system, you kind of look at it like, well, why the fuck am I being a good girl? Why am I focusing on my grades? Why am I doing X, Y, and Z to get a man or be a pick me for a man, when I see my counterparts and they don't really give a fuck about what men think, but they getting money, they getting stability from a man, they getting claimed by a man, they could be, uplifted by a man. You seeing, I'm not even a biblical person, but I have been in my Bible as of late. And in Psalm 73, it say, be jealous not of the wicked. And I'm not saying that women who do those type of things are wicked women or wicked people in general, but you looking at it and you like, damn, that look good. I shouldn't even be doing half the shit. It's hard to be a good woman to a man when you see these hoes getting put on a pedestal, or these women who are just about a dollar being put on a pedestal. I could be like that until I find a man that is equally yoked with me. I can use these other men to my benefit and get where I want to go faster, as opposed to just being a goody fucking two shoes. Like, and just being, even if you were raised in a household where you were told you were beautiful, or you were worthy, and all this, and go get your degree and all that stuff. Nowadays, niggas don't even want you really having nobody for real. Like, they be like, we don't care about your money. They want you
barefooted, pregnant, and in the kitchen. That back in the day shit.
We don't care.
Well,
so you done worked all hard, and you got your PhDs, and they like, we don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I have a certain outlook on that topic, but
share it.
I mean,
some more topics with you, Squala.
Huh?
You got to do some more shows because I love this one.
Right.
I mean, like, I feel like this. Women, I feel like men, I don't feel like we can tell women anything. Like, I feel like y'all gonna do whatever y'all want to do, regardless of what we say or how we feel anyway. Y'all might bring it up to us, but it don't matter what we say. For real. It don't matter. I feel like a lot of men do want a traditional type woman, like y'all said. But it's not really about y'all being successful or not. It's more so, are you gonna let the nigga be a nigga? Or are you gonna man up and try to challenge every step of the way?
It depends on what your definition of letting a nigga be a nigga, though.
I mean, let a man be a man. Maybe I should say that.
Londa spitting, just so you know.
It's like,
she talking.
If
She's speaking that real.
If a man wholeheartedly wants to be a traditional man and wants a traditional type of woman, is he going to be able to find that in 2023 for real?
I think there are still women out here, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of them have dealt with the wrong type of men to the point where their guard is up so tight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. It's like,
in my perspective, I have encountered a lot of women who don't really give a fuck about love at all. Like,
and they could be born. You don't know where their path took them.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever did or what happened with them. But at this point, when I encounter them, they're not on that, and they'll tell you like they're not on that. And so a lot of niggas do set themselves up because they try to change these women's minds. But I guess they like, it's like picking your poison. Because as a guy, I've encountered women that don't want to talk to you until you get them some money. They really not gonna say nothing to you until you get them some money.
Oh,
Like, then you have the attitude type of women who you really can't tell them shit at all. They gonna, like, if you tell them good morning, they're gonna be like, why the fuck is so good? Type shit.
this is what I want to say. When is the next show? Because I have so much to say on this.
Okay.
Not the topics for this tonight, but I have a lot to say.
I don't know how we got here, but yeah, like a lot of shit is like, I don't. It's just like not compatible with what a lot of guys really want in 2023. What women are wanting and doing
Sips wine.
is kind of like, I can't speak for every single person in the world, but I know what I've seen happen to other people and what I've been through. And based on those, like those certain group of people is not really on that type of wave. Everybody, it seems like everybody is out for self. Whether that is a good thing or a bad thing, a lot of people are not taking into consideration the other person. That goes male and female. And that's not really how, if you wanna get some real shit out of somebody, you don't want to just be selfish.
That's true.
That's my opinion.
That's true. But I still want to know when we're gonna have the next topic, because I still have a lot to say.
I don't know, whatever. I'm back into it now, so whenever.
So, but just based off generally what you're saying, and I'm just gonna generally put this out here, is that traditionally men are expecting women to behave a certain type of way. However, they're willing to fall short in the areas that they kind of dominate as a man. And so when you are not fulfilling your dominant role as a man, you can't expect for your female counterpart to kind of pick up the slack, in a sense. And even the phrase of letting a man be a man, because when I'm around real men, they're men, regardless of what type of woman you are. They're a man all day and tomorrow. And if they ain't fucking with you, they're not fucking with you, and they're gonna let you know. But a boy, they gonna say, well, why you not letting me be a man? I'm trying to do X, Y, and Z. It's no trying when you a man, baby. You just gonna do.
That's how I feel too. You know what I'm saying? If you a man, ain't no, why ain't you letting me be a man? You just be a man. I don't need to look at you and say, I want to allow you to be a man. You're just gonna get up and you're gonna be a man. So if the goddamn trash need to be taken out, you're gonna take it out. If a doorknob needs to be tightened up, you're gonna tighten it up. If a tire needs to be changed,
wait, stop.
Preach up.
What is being a man to y'all?
So I feel like, go ahead, Londa.
Okay, so to me, being a man is taking care of your family. You know what I'm saying? You bringing the bread home. You know what I'm saying? You making sure your household is good. You gonna take up the necessary things that the woman, you know, like I was just saying, doorknobs, tires, and you know, making sure that the garbage is out, making sure that the car is maintenance. The woman, to me, is always going to be that backbone of that man to make sure that decisions that he's making, she's got his back on that. She's going to make sure the home front is good when he's away. The kids are straight, the house is clean, dinner is cooked. Even if she worked, you know what I'm saying? She's going to always be that backbone and that mouthpiece when she needs to step in and be that mouthpiece. But you got to be able to be that man to make her feel like she needs to uplift you and make sure you're being that man. That's how I feel.
And to piggyback off of that, I won't say a lot of men, but some men lack the emotional intelligence to fill the spaces necessary to fortify their relationship. So what I mean is that if there's an issue, you'll find that some men will fly off the handle quicker than their woman will. And you'll see that their woman has to reel them in and say, hey, baby, it's not that deep. It's okay. Calm down. And the nigga is flying off the handle ready to shoot somebody fucking eye out. And it's like, whoa, bro, it's not even that like that. Like, so when you say allow a man to be a man, it's allowing you to be in your power as a man, as masculine as you can be, as being the leader of the household. I shouldn't have to overcompensate for you emotionally or intellectually, because I feel like most women in general are smarter than their male counterparts because we're socialized earlier. But a lot of men have a lot more insight to the inner workings of relationships, whether it be platonic or relational, like romantic relationships. But if you have a man that is not emotionally intelligent, baby, that's gonna run you into the ground, because now your man is overreacting to shit that's not even causing a reaction like that. So now you gotta get your man back when he should be the steady guiding force in the relationship. And I feel like that's why a lot of the times where we even have a topic like female rappers in the industry, it's because a lot of these female rappers are taking the fucking reins. They're Santa Claus. These niggas is Rudolph. Okay.
Yeah. And the thing is, men feel some type of way about women being dominant. But what a lot of men fail to realize is a lot of us are forced to be dominant. So take me, for instance, had my first crib at the age of 17 with one child. I've been doing it on my own. Even though I had baby daddies and all that extra shit, I have still been working the pavement, making my way for me and my kids, to the point where now, okay, yes, if I come in with a man, I'm so used to being me, independent, doing it. I'm not going to sit and wait on you. I'm looking at you like, you see we got a crib, you know rent has to be paid, you know we got lights, you know we got water, you know every time you wipe your ass, it takes toilet paper. Do I need to tell you that? That's just me, though, because I already know what it takes to run a household and to make a living.
Question, Miss Londa, are you referring to a man, like, in the sense, are you already in a relationship and living with this person, talking about the trash and the toilet paper and shit?
I'm not living with anyone.
Like, in your example that you was using, because you were mentioning chores.
Yeah.
So that would be a person that is already in a relationship.
Yeah.
So to get to that point, you have to go through a few things.
Yeah, it's past tense, but I've also seen it. You know, like right now when I see it, it's like, girl, I don't say nothing, but in my mind, it's like, girl.
So wait though, before you get to that point, are there not red flags?
There do be red flags, but you know, I went through that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, let me say this. I haven't been in a relationship for well over 7 years. Let's just say that.
Okay.
But I did go through those type of things in the past. And one of the reasons why I went through those things is because I had that, oh, I can change him type shit. You can't change nobody. You know what I'm saying? We've all been there. We've all been a fool. I can admit that I've been a fool for a couple of men, you know what I'm saying, in my lifetime. But right now, if you ain't right, you ain't right. And I'm not saying you got to come in with the ching ching. I want you to cash out, but I do want you to help out, motherfucker. I still want that.
I can tell you.
That you gotta be, 7 figures, but you need to be bringing something.
Okay.
To my plate.
Can I chime in?
Because you extra, so that's extra green beans, mashed potatoes, and an extra piece of chicken on the plate. That gotta be compensated.
Talk about it.
So let me chime in for a second. And I've been listening. I've been listening very carefully, and I feel like the man you're speaking or referring to is a man who genuinely went into a situation and with ill intent in order to take advantage of whoever he was with. I feel like as a guy, like what I would like if I had a girl and we made it to that point of like I'm over her house and enough to where I've got it like I'm in there, you know what I'm saying? Of course, like that stuff that you mentioned was like is what I was saying. Why? Because that's what as a man you're taught growing up. It's your job to take out the trash. It's your job to do these things. My mother and my father both drilled that shit in my head a lot. And I didn't even live with my father, but he definitely put that in my head. My mother was definitely on my ass about that shit. So it's like if a guy is raised correctly, that shit is going to be in him to do that anyway. Like when he sees that, like no matter who house he over, like you know what I'm saying, he's gonna do that anyway.
Yeah.
So a guy who's just doing nothing with his time and he's like wants the woman to be basically the leader of the relationship. This person is a different type of person, and he knew what he was doing from the jump.
So I'm gonna be the voice of reasoning because I definitely see where the both of you are coming from. And I've seen in a lot of relationships where the woman virtually doesn't need any help to sustain the household, to sustain the kids, bills, water, electric, whatever you need. The woman got it. She might not have it on time. She might not have it right when you need it, but she gonna get it because that's how my mama was. Like we might come in the house and the lights be off. And she like, oh shit, I forgot to pay the bill. She gonna pay it that night, and the lights gonna be on the next day. But when you have those type of go-getter women who are going to make it happen regardless of the circumstances, it's very hard to keep to keep a man, excuse me, in their lives because those men feel inadequate because they feel like, what can I bring to the table with a woman who doesn't need my help? And so they feel like they don't measure up because a woman is not, a lot of men only can resonate with the damsel in distress. They can only resonate with the woman who is like, damn, I need money for this. I need money for my light bill. I need you. I need you.
You know
But
what
they
that
don't
is?
resonate, with a strong black woman, with the archetypal strong black woman who still needs you, but who shows it in a different way, who shows like, I have it regardless of whether you're here, but your addition to what I have going on means a lot. Because there is a lot of situations where there are a lot of strong and resilient black women with men who they have to constantly remind that the rent is due. Nigga, you know it's the first of the month. Why the fuck I gotta keep telling you the rent coming? Why the fuck I gotta keep telling you? And why every second day of the month you gotta tell me, oh, I don't got it. I got half. You know every month is coming. Why you not managing your money the same way I'm managing my shit? If you want this as bad as I do, if you want to show up as masculine and as feminine as I do, why are you not doing that? So I definitely get the fact that a lot of men are raised to be that, but I feel like they're only raised and comfortable in being that masculine energy when a woman shows up as half of a woman, when a woman shows up as a damsel in distress and they really need your fucking help. And you're like, oh, I gotta kick it in the masculine overdrive and I gotta really be here for this girl. But when you meet a woman who seemingly has it all together, she might have multiple kids, she might have one kid, but she on her shit, and you like, I don't want to help her because I don't really know what to do. I don't really know how to show up for her. That's when the test come in. That's when the test really shows itself, because what do you give a woman who don't need shit? Who don't need for nothing? Who not begging you for shit? What do you give her?
Are you asking me?
So let me ask you
I'm asking everybody. What do you, even if it's not a woman, what do you give somebody who looks like on the outside they don't need nothing? That's why when Londa talking about taking out the trash or taking care of the chores or the responsibilities, that shit matters. Nigga, if I've been at work all day and I'm working 40 hours a week just like you, but you get home an hour before I do, why the trash still in the trash can? Why the dish is still in the dish sink? Like, why the dishwasher ain't started? What's going on? You good? Because when I get home, I'm thinking about all of that shit. I'm thinking about making a meal for my children and for you. I'm thinking about after y'all eat, I gotta put it in the dishwasher. I'm thinking about after the dishwasher finish, I gotta put the shit away. Like all
You
of
know,
that.
that stuff goes back to how much a person actually cares about you too. Because a
I don't
person,
feel that way.
I
I
don't
feel like,
I think it has a lot to do with upbringing again.
Yeah.
nah.
Because if a mother, see, the mother is the first woman in a man's life, in a boy's life, and then he grows into being a man. Him growing into being a man has a lot to do with, especially if it's a single mother, with how she raises him. So if she's making him feel like, you know what I'm saying, he can sit on, he can come home from school, sit on a goddamn video game. She might tell him to take out the garbage. He ain't did it yet, but she ain't enforcing it. She ain't coming in and slapped him like my mama would have did. Or, you know what I'm saying?
But
How he talk to his sister, how he treat his sister. She ain't on his ass because he disrespecting his sister, putting his hands on his sister, and all of that plays a part into it. So when
it plays a part, but
her, let's just say, boyfriend in a sort of way, then that's what he's going to grow up and expect from another woman. He's going to, for this woman to go out and spend her hard-earned money and give him everything he wants. He's going to depend on the woman for his whole independence, his deodorant, to wiping his ass, to eating, to everything. So now you got another whole goddamn child after you.
A dependent.
Yeah. And you can't even file this motherfucker on your taxes.
At all.
So,
and he looking for money from you all year.
Let me give y'all the male perspective. So the reason I said it's about how much a nigga actually likes the girl or the woman or whoever, that upbringing plays a part, but that also plays a big part because so I'm gonna use myself as an example. There has been women that I wouldn't do shit for at all, and then there's women that I would do everything for. You feel me?
What was the difference?
Yeah, what was the difference?
How much I care about, like how much they mean to me, how much value they are, how valuable that person is to me in my life.
So what makes a woman more valuable or less valuable to you?
To the point where you don't feel like you need to be a gentleman.
I mean, no. See, y'all hearing it wrong.
No. I'm just genuinely asking you a question. What makes a woman more or less valuable to you?
To me? So
yeah, because if you're in a relationship with two women and they're both giving their bodies to you, but you think that one woman is more valuable than the next woman, what's the difference?
So it's not all about the body. So I've dated a woman who wanted a traditional type of man. She didn't really want to do too much of the 9-to-5 shit. But at the same token, I tried to be I took care of her for a second. But like you say, I'm at work all day, but she did absolutely nothing. Like I would come home and have to take the trash out, wash all the dishes, and cook after working. And she would sit there and then complain that she want to go somewhere. Like, it's like, what the fuck is like? At that point, I'm like, all right, whatever. That type of woman is not valuable to me. That type of woman, I'm not going to want to do nothing for. So, yeah, she's going to get some pushback. Whether I do it or not, it's not going to be pleasantly. Like, it's going to be like, damn, I just got off work. Like, all right, well, just like, what the fuck? So, versus a woman who you come home from work, same scenario. She don't want to do 9-to-5, the man's taking care of her. So you come home from work and the house is clean and she's there, she's pleasant, she's how you doing? Hi, how was your day? Like, it ain't even, that type of woman is valuable. I would do whatever for that woman. The woman I come home and she's complaining because she want to go somewhere after I just got home from dealing with whatever the fuck I was just dealing with at work.
So I definitely agree with you, Squala, in the regard of like pleasantries and when you walk through the door, greet your man and all that stuff. But I wouldn't say that there is a higher percentage of women who are working more than 40 hours a week to sustain their lifestyle. And so when you're expecting those type of pleasantries from a woman who is working just as much as you are, I feel like that's futile. I feel like for you to expect a woman who is working 40 to 60 hours a week just like you to be pleasant and to have everything together. When you come home, it's kind of like self-sabotage in a sense, because she's virtually having to do more to sustain the household than you are. Because when you walk in the door, all the shit is taken care of, and all you have to do, oh baby, what you want? She might not want for shit because the dinner's already made, the kids is already ready for bed, and she don't need nothing. Well, she don't need nothing at the time when you come in the door.
That is a very different scenario than what I used as an example. Mm-hmm. So it's like, in that case, you would be realistic. Like, you wouldn't, like, you know your girl is working, and she's working hours. Like, she's not just doing 2-3 days a week. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You expect you expect certain shit. Like, you know, like, you're not gonna get with the girl who's staying home and that she's just taking care of the house. You're not gonna get the same thing. Like, common sense, like, niggas gotta like use their brain if they really expecting certain shit. Like, you gotta be a realist. You gotta be realistic about certain shit.
So how much do you feel like, if in order for your woman to work 2 to 3 days a week, how much do you feel like you got to be bringing in as a man to sustain a household?
It all depends on what's needed and what's needed to make the
couple
comfortable, to make the couple feel comfortable. Whatever lifestyle they want to achieve, you will have.
I don't buy that. Give me a number. I don't buy that. Look, I'm about to get real toxic. I don't buy that. What's up?
It's just gonna go here tonight. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to cut this off when we stop with the hip hop.
All right. Look, man. Look, man. So you know what? I'll fuck around. We'll chop this joint into 2 episodes. But look, but look. So it's like, I don't know what you mean. You want a number? What you mean by a number?
When I say a number, I mean inflation is very much real.
Okay.
You got you know the spinach. If you shop as much as I shop at the grocery store, you know the spinach done went up. Spinach used to be about $2-3. Now it's about $4, $5, $6, depending on
everything.
You know,
everything
is going up, right?
Right.
So if your woman is working part-time, how much money you feel like as a man you should make in order to be able to sustain a household with you, your woman, and potentially
as y'all children together? As a man, you should be able to do everything by yourself.
Whatever. But how much money is that?
However much it costs. Like, you should be able to do it all.
That's crazy.
Yourself. You should be able to do it all. That's crazy. Like, how much money? Like the reason I'm not giving you a specific number is because it's different. It's different everywhere. Every situation is different.
Like,
so however much it costs, the guy should be able to handle that by himself.
Okay.
Well, regardless of what the woman is bringing in, because at the same time, anything could happen. Somebody could lose their motherfucking job, yo.
Right.
So it's like, are you in it for are you in it for just the good part, or you gonna be in it for whatever you gotta go through?
So what's the range? Yo, give me a range. Give me a low to high. Because I'm not gonna hold you. Money talks. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna sit here and say a man who's making $40K, $30K is gonna be able to sustain a fucking relationship with a woman who works part-time. Y'all are struggling. Even if it's just you and that woman by themselves, y'all are struggling.
You don't want.
And if you have kids, it's even more of a struggle.
You want it, like I said.
It's safe to say, as partners, then that's when you sit down and you discuss, like, okay, baby,
that's why I said you got to be realistic about your situation.
So either I'm gonna get a second job or you gonna up your hours. Like, you know what I'm saying? Is it safe to say that?
Okay.
You have to be realistic about your situation.
I was just asking a question. I'm just like, playing devil's advocate here. Like, I wanted a number because I'm like, it's a lot of men who come in that's not making like, in the famous words of Jill Scott, she basically said, if you could tell me what to do, you could tell me what to do. If you can't tell me what to do, you can't tell me what to do. Meaning if you're not the authority of your own life, if you're not making enough money to sustain us both, then baby, you can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me You can't tell me I'm wrong for making an OnlyFans, or you can't tell me I'm wrong for being a bottle girl, going out here and being a bartender to make some extra money. Like, you can't tell me I'm wrong for that, because the bills say that we need the extra money.
Check this out.
That's true.
Check this
But
out.
there is kind of like a level of like, you know what I'm saying, respect too. Like, here's the thing. So if my man ain't making enough money, but I see that there for him to do better, is it not for me to uplift him and say, hey, babe, this what you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna help you get to this level. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you do go out and do a OnlyFans, that don't mean you have to tell him like, nigga, shut the fuck up.
Period.
Money, and I'm gonna do this, and you don't have no say. And he still got his feelings too, so you still got to kind of take his feelings into consideration.
Yeah, you do.
It's all about your environment, man. If a guy does not want his woman to do those things, he should do whatever is necessary for her not to do those things.
Talk your talk.
That's it. That's it, bro. That's it. You have to be realistic about your situation.
And you got to be realistic about the person you in a relationship with.
That's true.
That too. It's like you have to communication. You have to talk. You have to figure out, first of all, what your person is even want out of life. If y'all, that's a major thing.
You know, I honestly feel like the two topics, and you talk about splitting the episodes, the two topics blend so perfectly together, because I feel like why a more mainstream of a more masculine woman, or a woman that's more outside is more prevalent or more mainstream, is because of the fact that we have encountered those type of men who are just kind of like, I don't want to say, I'll say it, fuck it, riding our coattails. Because I've never met a woman, honestly, who has goals and aspirations, who is not working her fucking ass off to get there. Like I've met women who's like, I got 3 and 4 jobs, and I'm like, how you punch 4 clocks? How do you do that? Tell me. Like, because once we set our mind to something, even if it's going to take us 2 years to get there, 18 months to get there, we gonna lock in on that shit. And it don't matter what it looked like to nobody else. Oh, you driving this type of car, oh, you go to work and you punch a clock, it don't matter, because I done already jotted down my plan, and in 2 years it's gonna buck for me.
Yeah.
So I feel like they both go together, because now we're seeing a more of an influx of women who are like, look, fuck what you got going on. I don't care what you got between your legs. These are my goals, and this is what I'm gonna do to get there. Like, I don't know if you guys watch. One of my coworkers just put me onto this show called Rap Shit.
I'm about to start that. You know, I peeped that show. It's by Issa Rae. She a director.
Yes.
And I'm about to. I fuck with her,
and
so I'm gonna get that show. Yeah.
So Londa, it's about city girls. It's loosely related to the city girls and how they got their start.
I figured that.
It's loosely related to that. And it shows how both JT and Young Miami are so much different, about how JT was trying to do everything straight and narrow. And they talk about how she went into like going to jail and stuff like that. But how Young Miami was doing the OnlyFans route. And, you know, from looking at their trajectory, how Young Miami took the fuck off, you know, despite her background or in spite of her background. And you get to see the juxtaposition of both of those women and how they get to be where they are as being city girls. So I feel like they both of these situations do go hand in hand, to where it's like you have one woman, JT, being, because it's such a loose association, JT being the one woman who is like, I'm all for the man, I want to be in a relationship, you know, my man works and I work, so whatever. And then you have Young Miami, who is like, fuck these niggas. You know, I'm gonna get my money regardless of what these niggas doing, and if they want to fuck with me, cool. If they don't, even cooler. And you get to see how it works, and it, like, the pitfalls and the, you know, and the peaks for both women and what they're both going through. And sometimes they go through the same shit at the same time, right, but it might be because of a different catalyst. And so you get to see how City Girls gets a lot of flack from, you know, just people who listen to them on a daily. Oh, they ain't rapping about shit, they don't have no substance. But this is their everyday life. this is what they're going through with men. This is how the men in their lives show up. And I can't say that the men in my life show up any different than the men in their life. So maybe I should just start rapping. What the fuck?
All I'm gonna say is
10 out of 10 recommend rap shit.
Yeah. So everybody is different. Every person has different goals. And some people are gonna fuck with you and some people are not. If you find a person that fucks with what you're doing or like has similar type lifestyle goals, then y'all can make it something happen together, I guess. And the motivation behind it will be what? That y'all like if y'all want to make if two people want to make something work, they're gonna come up with a way to make it work. If it absolutely cannot work, they will be mature enough to recognize that, and you know what I'm saying, and act accordingly.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a maturity level. It's reality. You have to be real with yourself, and a lot of people like have an illusion of another person. So when you feel like you fuck with somebody, you feel like you like somebody, and then you really figure out who they are, and now you figure out they're not who you expected them to be. So that's why I tell people not to have real expectations either. Just really get to know the person.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
Don't
that.
try to project what you think they supposed to be or how you feel. You know what I'm saying?
I think getting to know a person before you just jump into things now. You know what I'm saying? Like jumping, a lot of people, and I was one of those people, because filling the void of a man, just jumping into relationships and not even taking the time out to really get to know, you know what I'm saying, who I'm dealing with. I just wanted a man there. Now I'm shacked up with this man. Now I gotta fuck him up and do other shit and all this other stuff because I didn't know who he really was. You know what I'm saying? Bringing family into it, and it you know what I'm saying? A lot plays into. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just more of like getting to know who you really dealing with. And I think for me now, like when I deal with a man, he gotta have his own crib.
Period.
I got my crib, you got your crib. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with 2 out of the 3. I ain't gonna dock you if you don't have a vehicle. But if you got a crib and you going to work, that's a plus for me. You're doing it. You're trying. You know what I'm saying? So after we really get to know each other and figure out if this is what we want to do, and we come together, then we work on getting a vehicle or getting another vehicle, or however it goes. But I think that plays a big part in it, is really getting to know who you're dealing with. Then you can avoid those things that you don't know about, that you don't even get to see.
And then you have to pay attention. Like if you see a red flag, if this person does something that make you look like the fuck or make you feel like, yo, what the hell? It's like, why? Don't ignore that. Either talk about it or like do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then what's gonna happen? That person gonna keep doing what the fuck they doing because they don't know you don't fuck with that shit, and you not saying nothing. And then it's just gonna get to a point where it's gonna boil over, and then it's gonna turn into something that is not that it should have never been.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I honestly just feel like at the end of the day, it's just to kind of marry the two together. Female rappers, a lot of female rappers are backed by ghostwriters that are males.
I do.
And it says a lot. I'm not gonna point the finger, but it says a lot about the content that women rap about when they have male ghostwriters. And it is more catered to males. I feel like what they rap about is more catered to males, whether it be something that is fueled by hate or by love. I feel like they're both in the same energetic field. Hate and love are the same thing, because the opposite of love is indifference. Like if I loved you ever before and then I decide that, hey, you know, this isn't working for me, I don't give a fuck what you do. I don't give a fuck who you date. I don't care where you live, what happens to your mama or your daddy. I wish you the best and I keep it pushing. But if I haven't really reconciled the love or the lack thereof, then it turns into hate. And a lot of these women portray or are tasked with the responsibility of entertaining based off of the male's perception of an overall hate for women because of how we are able to tap into the visual aspect of men and what they like to see. Like y'all like to see fat asses and big titties. I ain't gonna hold you.
One thing I dislike about women.
Okay.
There's one thing that really, really, really bothers me.
Oh.
And
bothered?
Both of y'all have done this today.
Oh, really? What did you do?
Is for a woman, and I really don't like this for men to do it the other way around. So for a woman to definitively say what a man is supposed to be, I just don't like it. But at the same sense, I don't feel like a man should say exactly what a woman is supposed to be. Because one, a woman has never been a man and a man has never been a woman. So the experiences are very different. And the perspectives on these experiences are very different.
So hold on though, because I thought I was responding to a question. So actually, I think I gave you my perception based off your question. You asked me, and I gave you my perception. Did I really just? That's my perception.
I feel it. But like, so for example, you hear women all the time say, a man not supposed to do this, a man supposed to do this, and a man not supposed to do this, and a man supposed to do this. Or a man will say, a woman not supposed to do this, a woman supposed to do that. And like, it's like, who are you to say that?
Well, give us your perception on what you feel. If you was to say, this is my dream,
I just don't like it.
Relationship.
But okay, Londa, hold on.
Why that face though? Like,
tag me in. Tag me in because in the beginning,
let's give him a chance.
What I'm saying is,
give us your perception on what you feel.
What I'm saying is, you can voice your opinion, of course, but like, it's your opinion. That's what I'm saying.
So did you not say that?
No. Okay, no.
Let her finish. It's her opinion.
Did you not say that your mom and your dad both raised you to take out the garbage, to do those things? Did you not say that?
They raised me that way. That's not
my perception of a man, though.
I get it. I'm not saying that I'm not disagreeing with you. What I'm saying is, what
bothered you by it though? Because you said you didn't like it. So what bothered you?
The part is not what you said. It's like, I'm like, for example, if I work at Walmart, right, and you work at Target, and you come to Walmart and tell me, no, that's not how you supposed to do it. This is how we do it at Target. It's like, how the fuck you know? You work at Target.
I don't remember telling you how to.
I'm not. So it's like I said, it's not what you said. It's like, okay. No, the cat don't got my tongue. It's like, yeah. Don't take it too literal. What I'm saying is, the opposite sex shouldn't try to tell the opposite sex. Because like, men do it to women too.
See where it's going. It's
like, y'all didn't do nothing wrong. You didn't do anything that offended
It's the ego, so it's the ego
for the men. Yeah, you're not gonna win. You're not gonna win a battle with the ego with a man at all. No. Ever.
What I'm saying, like, y'all, neither one of y'all ever offended me.
If you was my man, you know what I would do in this situation? I would give you that. But I would walk away with knowing that I'm still gonna do, and things are still gonna play out the way I want it to play out. That's what I would do in this situation.
I don't know. Her phone must have died or something. But You didn't offend me at all. So what I'm saying is, like, I don't know. You hear other people podcasts how they be like, it's like a gender war. It's like it's
and
like they hate the other part. Like they
I think a lot of that is ego, insecurities. I feel like those two things play a big part in it. Men don't know how to, that's why I said what I said earlier. When you take a woman who has had to be independent, like I said, first child, 17, first crib, 17. I've had to be independent. So when you grow up and you're doing this on your own, you're so stuck. It's like getting stuck in your ways. You know how old people are stuck in their ways? It's the same thing. When you have been doing something so long and you've been doing it by yourself, you have your own routine. Now somebody else comes along. It's not that you don't want to allow them to be, that stand-up person, but you're just so stuck and used to doing things your way that a person dealing with a person like that has to be a strong person, because you have to be able to bring that person out of the ways that they're stuck in and say, hey, babe, listen,
yeah.
I know you've been doing it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here. I got you. Just give me a chance. But you gotta stand on what you're saying though, too. You can't just say it just to be saying.
Most definitely. But like
So
I
that
feel like both parties should be in a situation where they want to improve themselves. Like nobody's want to be stagnant, whether you're in a relationship or not. It should be no getting comfortable. You know what I'm saying? There's always room for improvement, and you don't want to be stagnant because then you start to lose. Like you start going out less and less. You start doing certain things less and less until it's to the point like, damn, we just sitting here.
Yeah. But that's where it comes in, like I said before, getting to know your partner, like who you're dealing with, because that's where those conversations come in at. When you're having those conversations, then you kind of get to know a person, what a person dislikes, what a person's trigger points is, things that they might kind of want to rebuttal on. Those are all red flags. Those all play a part into things. So then you kind of know where to stand with this person that you're dealing with, how far to go, where not to go.
Right.
You feel me? How to stroke their ego, how not to stroke their ego. All of that to me is important, if that makes sense. You know
No,
what I'm
that definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely makes sense. So I guess we're gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna wrap it up here. And it was a good show. Oh, she is back. Is your phone died?
My phone died. It croaked
Yep.
on me.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
I missed it. So wait, what was y'all talking about?
So we was continuing that part, but I was about to wrap it up. But
Okay.
if you want to add a little closing statement or whatever you want to talk about to like give your final thoughts on everything.
My final thoughts would just be, I know that we were talking about how, we both, me and Londa did, we commented on what men do. And I feel like, the same. I feel like men comment on what women do.
Of
And
course.
so, yeah, all the time, even down to womanly shit, like how you wear your hair or what
And
you,
that's what I feel like men should never do.
yeah, how you dress
That's
and
the part. That's what I'm
your
talking about. Shit like
your
that.
friends, your friends, how you show up at your job, like, not really just considering to make it a long-winded statement short, is that Black men have the opportunity to show up as the 2 or the 3, but Black women are always the 4th. Black women will always be the bottom, you know. In a patriarchal society, will always show up as the lesser of the masculine and the lesser of the feminine. But the Black men have the opportunity to show up as either the 2, playing the second to the white male, or the 3, playing the second to the white male and the feminine white woman. And so I feel like you all have more power than you give yourselves credit for. And so because you all have more power than you give yourself credit for, then you're automatically in a dominant position. And in a dominant position, you should uplift your female counterparts, but we are kind of lacking in that area. And so I would love to see more camaraderie amongst Black women and Black men, And we don't always have to do what one another likes or loves or wants to see. You just got to find what works for you. So when you find what works for you, you'll be all right. Stop talking about what don't work for you. Stop talking about these city girls. Stop talking about these stallions and whatever the fuck Meg Thee Stallion be talking about. Stop talking. If that's not the type of girl you want, if that's not the type of woman you want, stop talking about it.
Right, move on.
You know, tap into more of what makes you happy. If a city girl or a hot girl don't make you happy, stop talking about city girls and hot girls.
Man,
if a fuck nigga don't make you happy, stop talking about a fuck nigga. Period. If you want a man to pay all your bills, like talk about him. Fantasize about that man. You know, if you want a woman that's submissive, if you want a woman that's submissive and that's going to work part-time and take care of the house and take care of the kids, then talk more about that. But stop speaking to the negativity that we experience every day, because that's all they pushing for us, honestly. Yes. They want us to be more at odds than at ease.
Yes, man.
That's facts. Turn that negativity into positivity.
Hell yeah.
Very well said. Very well said.
Yeah, so that's my final statement. Cause I love black men and I love black women, baby. I don't care if you pop your pussy or drop it on the floor and scrape it up, sweep it up later. I don't care. I love all that.
Before we end it, top 5 dead or alive female rappers.
Y'all gonna hate my take, but Londa, go first. Go first. I don't want to go. I just don't want to go first.
Okay, I'm gonna say Trina.
Is this in order?
Yeah, I'm saying it in order.
Okay.
Period.
So Trina, Kaya, Foxy.
Okay.
Lil Kim.
Okay.
And then Nicki Minaj.
Okay. She got a hot 5.
Hot. I'm a little more mainstream. I like lyricists. I like lyricists. So top 5, I would have to say Nina Simone, Lauryn Hill. I would give Trina top 5 just because of the impact that she had on the culture. Like, she changed that shit completely. Where it wasn't a lot of women doing what Trina did at all. Even with Kaya coming in the same lane as her, but still doing her own thing, I would still give Trina that top seat. I would give it to Nicki, and then I would give it to Meg Thee Stallion, and Doja Cat would be probably my honorable mention.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that is what's up. That one mine?
Yes. Yeah.
So, at number 5, I'm a little bit biased though. So, y'all might sense that in my list. So, number 5, I'm gonna get that to Lotto. Okay. Number 4, I'm gonna give that to Rico Nasty.
Okay.
Number 3. This is where they get hard. The top 3 is hard. Because I know who my top 3 are. But in what order am I gonna put them? Okay, Doja, I bet. So Doja is number 1, Nicki's number 2, Cardi's number 3.
You got all new artists. Who would if you had to, who would you put in that spot if it was the 80s or the 90s?
Yeah.
So the Brat.
Okay.
The Brat, Lauryn Hill, Trina. The Brat, Lauryn Hill, Trina, Eve. And you could put Lauryn Hill at my number 1. But Missy Elliott is in there.
Okay.
Missy is like the godmother. She sprinkles her fairy dust on everybody.
And honorable mention, I would say Coi Leray. I fuck with Coi Leray.
Okay. That's solid.
So that is today's show. It turned into a nice show. I fuck with it.
I enjoyed it.
I like both of y'all. Like y'all very intelligent women. I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you.
I done seen some toxic shit on here. I got some episodes I just can't release. So I appreciate that. And I appreciate y'all for coming on. It's definitely been real. And if y'all willing, y'all can be on again.
I'm definitely willing.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Looking forward to more of these discussions.
Hell yeah. Because I got some more in the bag.
Okay.
All right. So we are done for today.
All right. See you, everybody.
Definitely. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you.